Hello, I'm Erik Roby.
And I'm Kristin Lagana. Welcome to Anne Arundel County Week in Review. Today, Erik makes good on his Ravens bet and mice hatch a caper to fly south for the winter. But first, making headlines. If you live in North County, you have probably driven by the flagpole and Veterans Memorial on Mountain Road many times. You might have even wondered, how do I get there? Well, not anymore. This week, County Executive Leopold cut the ribbon on a new trail that connects the memorial to the Lakeshore Athletic Complex down the street off Woods Road. The effort was a partnership between the Department of Recreation and Parks, Boy Scout Troop 773, and the Pasadena Business Association. The groups did some clearing and sprucing, and now you can easily park and walk to get to the park on the corner of the busy Mountain Road and Route 100 intersection without any problems. There were smiles all around. Here in the picture we have from left to right, Rick Anthony, Director of Recreation and Parks, Linda Lone, Treasurer of the Pasadena Business Association, Brian Sawinski, Vice President of Lakeshore Baseball, County Executive Leopold, Sandy Parrish, Executive Director of the Pasadena Business Association, Scoutmaster Dan Deemers, and Linda Hart, President of the Pasadena Business Association. Thanks to everyone for making this Pasadena landmark more accessible to the public.
Well, even though fatal traffic accidents are down for the year, we have seen several recently that have been big news here in the county. Well, police are out on the roadways trying to do something about it. The program is called 35 to Save Lives. Public Information Officer Justin Mulcahy has more on the initiative. Justin.
The plan will target predictive behaviors and crashes on roadways using a data-driven, multidisciplinary approach involving education, enforcement, and engineering, major components of highway safety. The campaign, which is entitled 35 to Save Lives, refers to dedicating an officer for at least 30 minutes per shift to traffic enforcement, targeting 5 specific behaviors in an effort to save the lives of motorists. The plan is consistent with the Maryland Strategic Highway Safety Plan and will deploy officers to focus on the following 5 specific behaviors: distracted driving, impaired driving, aggressive driving, pedestrian safety, and speed enforcement. The ultimate goal of the enforcement plan is for motorists and pedestrians to comply voluntarily with the rules of the road without the requirement for a continuous police presence. Now, during the initiative, each traffic coordinator will compile a report consisting of roadways with the highest frequency of impaired driving, crime, and crash data. District commanders will direct enforcement activities within their district based on the roadways identified as having high frequency of crimes and/or crashes, and each officer will be deployed to the identified location and provide targeted traffic enforcement for at least 30 minutes per duty day. The plan calls for officers utilizing specific and general countermeasures in data-supported sections of the county. Specific countermeasures include direct violator contact for violations of the motor vehicle law or Code of Maryland regulations. The violator contact can also be used as educational opportunity versus an enforcement action. The educational aspect of traffic safety is crucial to the motorist's continued voluntary compliance with the rules of the road. General countermeasures include the high visibility of officers taking enforcement actions. Remember, folks, that traffic safety is public safety. As a police department, we're urging motorists to do their part by obeying the rules of the road and by reporting unsafe drivers. You can do so by calling 410-222-8610. Please provide a description of the vehicle, direction of travel, and if possible, a license plate number. Thank you and have a safe holiday season. Back to you.
Thanks, Justin. Folks, we know there are lots of presents to buy and parties to go to, but let's be safe out there and slow down. Show your Christmas spirit and yield to other drivers. Kristin Lagana.
I do yield to other drivers. I'm
Kristin
a very good
Lagana.
Driver.
I know. We all have seen that.
I'm going... You stop it. You're not getting Christmas presents. You're on the naughty list.
Wasn't getting any anyway.
Oh. Well, now that it's getting cold outside, everyone is looking for a warm place to hang out, and that includes Erik Roby and the mice. BWI Airport has experienced some rodent sightings over the last few months as crews work on a $100 million expansion of the facility. And when you're knocking holes in walls and disturbing their hiding places, the mice are sure to head for cover, even if it means hiding under someone's luggage. Airport officials said they are working on the problem and already alerted employees to take precautions such as covering trash and reducing clutter. But maybe the mice have bigger plans at work. I mean, BWI is the hub for Southwest, and Southwest does fly to the Caribbean. So maybe these mice are smart, trying to fly south for the winter, Erik. I would do that if I was a mouse.
These mice are smarter than we think. So
They are.
Stop putting them in laboratories and
Mices,
making them... I
mices.
like mices to pieces. Is that what they say?
This would just be a fancier way of doing that, though. So they sure would have one over on those stupid birds who certainly don't get to fly south for the winter in first class. I mean, hello. Traps have been deployed, and in the meantime, all the improvements will include an expanded security checkpoint and better connections between the concourses. So in the future, we doubt any Mises will be boarding any international flights without their passports. Unless you're Mickey, of course. Mickey can go anywhere.
Mickey flies anywhere.
Mickey's
got his own plane.
Yeah,
the man's got his own plane.
Yes.
So
Donald Duck Express.
He goes everywhere. Did we really just do a story about mice at BWI Airport?
Yes.
Did our producer, Dave Abrams,
Thanks, Dave,
have us do a story about mice? I guess it's important. It's important because it's holiday.
It is.
People are traveling, so if they see a mouse, they can say, hey, they told me about that on Week in Review. So, so good job, Dave.
You know, we want to put rodents in with Redskins, so.
There's more Week in Review to come. Check out our community calendar for upcoming events around your county, and an upcoming event, the Browns and Redskins game. Everybody will be watching the Browns win. We'll be right back.
We're just kidding.
I got no pulse. We're losing him.
Sergeant, he's in VFib.
Shock him.
Drives it around all the time. He just had a few drinks. This can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear.
You just buzzed.
Just buzzed. You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right. This isn't happening. He'll be fine.
I feel good.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving.
Clear.
Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
VFib.
Shock him.
Welcome back. Well, in this week's Recreation and Park Spotlight, Carolyn Ryan talks to Wendy Scarborough about adaptive recreation programs, and Wendy interviews some of the participants of these programs. We'll send it out to Carolyn.
Well, here at the Department of Recreation and Parks, we talk about how we have something for everyone. Well, that is absolutely true, especially here with our adaptive inclusive programs. I'm here with Wendy Scarborough, who's one of our recreation supervisors for the adaptive and inclusive program. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about what's going on here tonight.
We are here at Ruth Eason Special School. We have two social clubs for our youth ages 13 and up. One of them here at Ruth Eason and one of them down at Central Special School. And basically it's a Friday night program for the youth to come and hang out and have fun. They do a lot of special things. The staff is all very young, and so they are very much peer mentors for our youth. It's just a great place to be.
Great. And what ages are involved in the social club?
Basically, they need to be a teen, so they need to be 13, and then we go on up until young adult. And in our minds, everybody who comes and can have fun is included.
Great. Well, you have some other programs going on as well this winter. Tell us about those.
Starting in January, we will have our Saturday recreation program, which will also be here at Ruth Eason. It is a respite program for the parents. They can drop their children off at 10 in the morning and pick them up at 2. We also at the same time have an adaptive basketball program going on in the morning that runs from 10 to 11:30, and then we also have floor hockey in the afternoon that runs from 12:30 to 2. The youth that sign up for the all-day program have the choice of either coming to basketball, floor hockey, or just hanging out in the cafeteria and having fun. We do arts and crafts, we play games, and they just have it's an inclusion, so it's just basically having fun.
Great. Well, it does sound like a lot of fun. Now, we, speaking of fun, had a chance to talk with some of the participants here tonight. Let's see what they had to say about the program.
Well, here we are with 3 of our participants in our program. They're here for the social club tonight, and I'm just going to introduce. This is Miss Becky. This is Alan. And this is Jessica. And Becky, how many years have you been coming to the social club?
I think we here 13 years.
And what do you like best about social club?
What's fun, and well, you got a lot of arts and crafts, and nice staff, and a hot staff. They're good, hot stuff. And they are okay, and this is the best, and they always do those trips and stuff.
Okay, well, thank you. And Alan, you don't only come to Social Club, you also come to a lot of our sports programs. So what do you like to do?
Do basketball. I'm a sports dude.
Okay. And what do you like best about coming to Social Club?
It's fun. Enough said.
Okay. And Miss Jessica, come on in here. Now, Miss Jessica, do you know how many years you've been coming to my programs? A long time, right?
Yes.
A long, long time.
Yes.
Okay. What do you like about coming?
Dance. I like dance.
Okay. What else?
Sing.
And to sing?
Yes.
And what else? What's the best thing about coming? What do you get to do with all the rest of them?
Basketball.
Basketball?
Yes.
And do you just like to come and hang out?
Yes.
And is it a great time?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thanks so much, and you go have a good time.
Well, fun is definitely on everyone's mind. Everyone seems to just love the Social Club.
They do. And one of the other things that we do, and we have been partnering with Severna Park High School with their leadership program, and we have some of their youth who are also here tonight to help out to volunteer with the youth here, which is great because it brings the great diversity of having peers of their own age here to work with them, to have fun, and just to see what goes on.
Great. Well, if you want more information on our adaptive and inclusive program, you can go to our website, www.aacounty.org/recparks, or give us a call in the office, 410-222-7313. Thank you again for being on the show, Wendy.
Thank you so much for having me anytime.
Great. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Carolyn. It's amazing to see what these kids and adults can do. But all of us talk about exercise is making me hungry.
There's a shocker.
Hungry. I'm always hungry. Did I tell you about the ham I had this week?
You were talking about this ham.
Oh my gosh, it was good. It was good.
Good ham.
Kristin, this was good ham.
Would you marry it?
I would marry it. I would adopt it if it was a child. I would adopt it into my family. This ham was that good.
What made it so spectacular?
I don't know, but it was a pit ham with barbecue on it. Oh my gosh, it was
sounds
good ham.
good.
No, not just good. It was amazing. It's like the best. We were talking about pleasing the palate.
Yes.
When we were talking about snack foods earlier.
Yes.
This thing pleased my palate. It was so good. It was a good ham. And it's making me hungry, and Jody Leddy was out eating some food and hobnobbing with the good folks out there at Western District at their holiday buffet, and she files this week's Community Spotlight.
Happy holidays! I'm here at the Western District Police Station with Western District Police Community Relations Council President Dave Daughters and our new Executive Director, Lieutenant Shriver, and we are here celebrating the force. And Dave Daughters is, like I said, the president of the Police Community Relations Council, and he puts on this fantastic event for the officers every year. Tell us about the Police Community Relations Council, what it's about, how long it's been in existence, and it's your relationship with the police.
The police, PCRC, has been in existence for over 40 years. Started off in the one station up in Ferndale and spread, and now there are PCRC organizations in each of the 4 districts. And we serve to keep lines of communications open between the communities and the police officers. We meet once a month with the district commander and representative community organization and any private citizen who wants to come in and sit down and talk to address problems they've had in their community, police attention they need, and for the district commander to outline programs that are underway. Some years ago, we used to have a Christmas party, and we decided to extend that to the officers as one of the 2 ways we have of saying thank you for the services they provide to the citizens of Western District. And the buffet going on now is the 21st annual buffet for the officers. And it's supported by community donations and from private citizens, community associations, churches, and commercial private companies. And we just keep going. And we do our best to say thank you to the officers.
That's great. Thank you for all that you do, Dave. Now, I know that you have a son on the force as well. What's your son's name, and how long has he been on the force?
I have 2 sons on the department, both in Northern District. Bill has been, I think, about 17 years, and Brian about 12 or 13 years. And they both work patrol up in Northern District.
And I know every year you give awards to outstanding officers as voted by the committee, or who votes for those?
Yeah, that's the second way we have of saying thank you, is annually we we form a committee from the PCRC, get nominations from the district commander, and provide awards in March to officers that have done either one single event that was particularly remarkable, or just good, consistent police work over the course of the year. And we recognize them in any way we can.
That's great. Thank you so much. And Lieutenant, I know you're new to Western District. Tell us about your career. How long have you been here? I know you were a public information officer. I just found that out before you came here. Tell us about your career.
Sure. I've been on the department now for 12 years. I started off at Northern District, and I was there for a couple of years. I was a property detective, and I did work patrol. From there, I went to the Criminal Investigation Division, and I was a detective for child abuse and sex offense. I ended up at PIO after that, and it was a great experience. And then I made promotions. I became a sergeant, and I went over to Eastern District for a few years, and then I just got assigned here about a month ago, and this is exciting. You know, I've been working now. I've worked out of 3 districts, Northern, Eastern, and Western, and I've got to say this is terrific. This is wonderful. I've never seen anything like this. It's so exciting to see. Just, you know, this is such a festive holiday season, and it's just really nice. Usually we're the ones that are kind of helping out, being there for others, and to see something like this go on for us is just it completely unbelievable. It just touches your heart, and it really, really makes us feel really appreciated, and we're so thankful. It's really exciting.
Well, we're grateful to have you and the entire force here at Western District, as well as all around the county. And again, thank you, Dave, for putting on this lovely buffet. Hopefully Mike can get a couple good camera shots of all the food donated. Thank you to all the individuals, volunteers, businesses who have donated to make this celebration happen. And happy holidays. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Jody. We really appreciate all the work that our public safety personnel do in the community, and we wish them a happy and safe holiday season as well.
This week, the Anne Arundel County Fire Department responded to more than 1,471 calls for service. This included 1,203 emergency medical calls and 147 fire calls. 3 people were killed and another injured as a result of 3 pedestrian accidents in the county. Division Chief Keith Swindle of the Anne Arundel County Fire Department has more details. Chief.
Thanks, Kristin. The first incident occurred around 8:45 p.m. Friday, December 7, 2012, when Anne Arundel County firefighters responded to a reported vehicle collision in the area of Route 2 and West Street in the Annapolis area of the county. The first unit to arrive on scene reported a motor vehicle collision involving a pedestrian. The patient, an 18-year-old female, suffered life-threatening injuries as a result of the incident. She was transported to Anne Arundel Medical Center in Annapolis, Priority 1 via ground ambulance, where she was later pronounced dead. In a second incident, a 33-year-old man was killed after being struck by a vehicle in the Annapolis area on Sunday evening, December 9, 2012. This incident occurred just after 8:30 p.m. when county firefighters responded to a reported vehicle collision on Route 50 eastbound near the Route Boulevard exit. In this case, firefighters arrived on the scene to find a patient suffering from a life-threatening injury. Fire department paramedics immediately began resuscitation efforts and transported the patient to nearby Anne Arundel Medical Center, where he later succumbed to his injuries. And in a third tragic incident this week, county firefighters responded to a reported motor vehicle collision on I-97 South near Route 32. The first units to arrive on the scene of this incident reported a single vehicle rollover type accident with 2 people injured. In this case, the vehicle involved was a box type delivery truck with 2 occupants who were ejected from the vehicle during the crash. The first occupant, a male in his 50s, was struck and killed by a passing car in the southbound lanes of the roadway after being ejected from the vehicle. The second occupant, a male estimated to be in his early 30s, suffered life-threatening injuries after he too was thrown from the vehicle. He was treated at the scene by fire department paramedics and transported to the University of Maryland's R. Adams Cowley Shock Trauma Center in Baltimore, where he was listed in critical condition. Kristin?
Thanks, Chief. County and state law enforcement officials advised that pedestrian error contributed to the 2 incidents in the Annapolis area, while state police continued to search for the driver of the vehicle who failed to stop at the scene of the accident early Tuesday morning on Interstate 97 that killed one of the occupants who was ejected from the vehicle during the single-car accident. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Sounds really bad.
And now that I live in Baltimore and come down for work, there was no easy way to get down to Anne Arundel County that day.
Well, it was the accident on 97. There was an accident on Ritchie Highway.
Yep,
there was
I tried
an
to take
accident
2.
on 50. I mean, it was a nightmare. I mean,
it was a bad morning.
I left a little early that morning and still didn't get in the office till almost 8:45. I mean,
right. Yeah. So just a reminder to give yourself enough time, especially when weather conditions aren't favorable, and to watch. Make sure you're really watching, because I know those places can get backed up. Oh my. Oh my. And speaking of fatal accidents.
It's a fatal decision. It's a fatal game.
Oh,
it was actually a good game. Let's talk about that game.
It was a great game.
Let's talk a little bit about that game first, Kristin.
Edge of the couch for that.
Talk a little bit about that game.
Insane.
We look at football games, and folks just think it's just another football game. But this was huge.
This was really huge.
A lot of folks, but I tell you, the look at this thing.
You look good.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Don't lie to me.
You don't. This is not your color.
This thing is like huge.
Yeah.
I mean, this Dave Abrams. I mean, does he wear this as a nice shirt? I mean, this thing is huge.
No, come on. Like this? Come on.
So, Kristin, we did our segment last week on the Redskins-Ravens game. And folks, if you caught the game, which I know many of you did, one of the best football games I've ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Certainly excitement throughout the entire game. Some mistakes on the Ravens side, some mistakes even on the Redskins side from here to there.
But
in the end, hats off to the burgundy and gold. I'm a big man here. Hats off to the burgundy and gold. It was fun. Your fans were great. It was a good time at FedEx Field on Sunday. We really enjoyed ourselves.
We did, and of course, I rewatched the episode to see what all of our predictions were. Someone predicted a blowout.
Yeah, that was wrong. I was actually I would have been absolutely 100% correct in the score.
I was really close.
You were very close.
I was very close.
I predicted 24-20. Ravens win. If they would have kicked a field goal, the score would have been 24-20. If they would have stopped them, of course, Ravens victory. I would have nailed it right on the money, and you all could have called me for your pick 6 predictions and all your your Vegas betting that you do out there. But I didn't.
But I do think there is another half of this bet that you
just keep talking.
Warm up for me.
I don't want to do this. This is going to be hard for me to do.
You got to do it.
It's going to be hard for me.
You made the bet. You got to
honor
your bet. You're a man of your word.
So, in the spirit of Redskins, Ravens, hail to the Redskins, hail victory.
Go.
Hail to the Redskins, fight for old PG. Not DC, that's where they play. They play in PG.
Okay, go.
Touchdown, let the points soar, fight on, fight on. Hail to the Redskins. Woo! Hail RG3.
Keep going, yes.
Hail to the Redskins.
Yeah.
Fight for old PG.
Yes. Good job, Eric. That was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
How's my, as a singer, how's my...
You're good. You want a job? I'm sure I can get you a job.
No, I don't think so.
I know that probably hurt a lot.
It really didn't hurt. I couldn't sing
Dedicate that to you, Dave and Franklin.
I couldn't sing the Steelers fight song. Couldn't do it. Mark Gary, too, and all those other folks over at Wrecking Park.
Shout out to Rich Bowen, who's still wondering why he wasn't part of the conversation last week.
Patty Turner from P&Z, Ross Passman from the, a lot of Redskins fans here in the county. A lot of Ravens fans too, but, to those Redskins fans, congratulations on your Super Bowl. You beat the Ravens.
And I'm a Ravens fan, and I'm not sitting here going, woo, 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 woo. It was a good game. I had a great time. Congrats, Redskins. I'm glad that RG3 is okay.
Congratulations.
I was worried about that.
Well, I'm going to take this jersey off because that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. This is the only time you'll see me in this jersey. You can watch this episode online anytime at www.aacounty.org. Archive episodes are available at blip.tv and on YouTube. And you can also subscribe to that free video podcast at iTunes or like us on Facebook at Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more news, highlights, and Ravens jerseys from around your county. We'll see you next time.